So I'm leaving for Paris in less than 24 hours. And the problem is, I don't even have my bags packed. My flight is literally at 6:30 a.m. and my day is fully booked and busy until like 11 p.m. today. So I'm really pushing myself today to get everything done and hopefully make it to my flight on time. And I have to drive all the way to LAX too, so like the pressure I'm under is kind of a lot, but I tend to do well under pressure actually, so we're just gonna hope for the best. I'm about to head to Target now because I have some last minute things to pick up for my trip. I have like my Target to buy list already on my phone, and we're just going to head. And my car is also running out of battery, so I'm like a little nervous. So we have to make it there ASAP. I'll tell you guys more about my fully booked day throughout my day. We're going to be packing together. I'll also share like my ultimate packing list because as a big planner I have that. And then I have an event to get ready to, and hopefully I can take you guys to that event as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. So I have to pack up everything that I'm going to take to Paris in this carry-on size suitcase, and then I'm planning on taking this tote bag as my personal item because this bag is huge and I can fit more in this bag than my actual like backpack. Of course it's going to be more comfortable on my back instead of having this on my shoulder, but I'm just wanting to fit as much stuff in my bags. So I'm not gonna get started on the packing yet just because I have to go to class and I have an assignment due today and I think I have to go print that out. So I am back from class and now I can put 100% of my energy towards packing. I actually have like a whole, like my ultimate packing list because obviously the things you pack for trips depends on like where you're going and how long you're going for. But I've been realizing like every time I go on a trip, there are a couple of things I either forget or like think that it's not that important, but it actually is. So every time I go on these trips, I write down like the things that I'm missing so that the next time I go on a trip, I won't forget. And hopefully after taking like this trip and then another, like I can have like a complete list of everything that I'll ever need on a trip. And going off from the struggles of remembering everything that you need on a trip, I'm going to introduce you guys to today's sponsor, Identity. You can think of Identity as like a home screen for the internet where you can save all the websites that you go on into tiles on your browser, and also you can add like your username and your password in like saved into the tiles, so whenever you click onto it you don't have to log in. You can organize and categorize your tiles so that if you like search school on the tab, like all the school related websites pop up. And then you can also create your list, whether that's a packing list or a to-do list on the side, which is so helpful. I'm always looking for softwares or extensions that's going to help me be more productive, and this is a perfect one. So for my packing list, I have like a weekend version and then an actual like ultimate packing list, and I'm just gonna read them through. For clothes, always a light sweatshirt no matter where you're going. It doesn't matter if it's like July, you're going to the beach. Tight layering shirts, just basic tees. And for shoes, I realized that it's always the perfect combination to bring black Docs and then white sneakers, so we have something a little more formal and then one casual and comfortable. An adapter if you're traveling internationally. And I have a lot for toiletries because these are the things that I normally forget or disregard when I'm packing. So lip balm, this is so important. Q-tips for removing makeup, heat protectant for my hair, deodorant, mini perfume, micellar water because I wear waterproof mascara and I always think like I'll just use my friends, but they normally like don't have super duper waterproof makeup cleansers, so I always have to remember to bring my own because I'm quite picky, and I didn't even notice that I was that picky until recently. Toner pads in like a Ziploc bag. Glasses. I sometimes forget my glasses, as crazy as that sounds. Like scissor and tweezers, something like that you don't really think of but comes in really handy. Even like a nail clipper, and then melatonin and Advil. And then for Paris specifically, I have 6 days there, so I'm trying to pack 5 tops, 1 blazer, 1 pullover, and then 3 pants, 1 dress, and then pajamas. Hopefully that can all fit into my carry-on. Let me also do a Target haul and show you guys what I got. Q-tips, like I mentioned, it's an essential. They normally have the mini version of this at Target, but I couldn't find it for some reason. I couldn't find the waterproof version, and it has to be waterproof version. So I just got like these little bottles so I can transfer this into this bottle. Mini size face cleanser, because the only thing I have is this and I cannot take this big old thing with me. I got some lashes for tonight. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna use yet. And then I got some of these like thicker hair ties also for tonight. We have our toner pads, my cotton pads to remove makeup. I have my lotion, nail clipper, this little Laneige lip balm, tweezer, Q-tips. And instead of bringing my own shampoo and conditioner, because that can be a lot, I just take a hair mask so that my hair can stay soft. I'm probably not gonna take this, to be honest, because it's glass and I don't know. We have our serum, face cleanser, heat protectant, and then this is my makeup remover. And then we have some floss and then an eyelash serum, which I use every night. Also, I forgot to mention, I always like carrying pimple pads and then hair oil. Tonight's event is with Gentle Monster. They're celebrating their launch with Jenny, and they're doing a little cocktail party store opening event. And I'm going to show you guys extra steps that I do in my makeup routine when I want to look extra good, you know, like those special events. I just washed my face using my normal cleanser and then also toned my face. And now, before I put on my lotion, I'm just going to use my knuckles to massage some spots. And first is like right here where my neck and my shoulders connect, and then right here, right under your clavicles, behind my ears right here, and then down my neck, and then also connect it with the clavicles. We're going to do right here. Using like my middle finger knuckles, I'm going to push it in right here underneath my brows. This feels so good, but also depuffs your face. My face feels so much more defined than like depuffed. I've talked about this before, but whenever I'm getting ready, I like to lay out everything that I'm going to be using so I don't forget any steps. We're going to start off with my e.l.f. lip gloss. I always put this on before I start my makeup. It's lip plumping, but it also is super moisturizing. Then we're gonna get into our new primer. I have high hopes for this. I don't want to use too much, so let's just start with like that tiny amount. Can you guys see like how sticky this is? So hopefully that will help my foundation stick to my face better. I placed it kind of where my foundation would normally crease. So like around my mouth, around my nose, forehead. And yeah, let's move on to foundation. I don't wear foundation on a daily basis either, but I'm going to mix 2 of my favorites because I heard that that's how you make them last longer. So I'm going to use my Laneige Neo Cushion and then my Hera Black Foundation. Using like the back of a brush, I'm going to spread it thinly. On my cushion puff, I'm going to spray some setting spray and then pick up some of the cushion foundation and blend these all together. It is absolutely essential for you to pat as many times as possible because this is like what's locking in your foundation. Because the foundation covered pretty much everything, I won't have to go too heavy on the concealer. And then for under eyes, I'm gonna add this one also because this has more yellow base and I think it will help correct my dark circles. And I'm going to be using a brush to get the maximum coverage. Okay, this is important. We're going to contour now, and I got this new cream contour, which I think works best when you're really trying to carve out your face and for photos. So first of all, we're going to contour the jawline right here. I like to add a little under my chin, right here where you would normally contour, but a little above my actual cheekbone. And then I love contouring right here next to the brows because I think it really lifts your face. I'm going to use this buffer brush to make sure they're all blended nicely. For nose, we're going to do a straight line down, a little arrow on the end of my nose, and then right above or underneath the brows. And when you're blending it, you're really not moving it around, you're just tapping. Key for eyeshadow is to blend with an actual blending brush, like every layer, so that everything is super blended and smooth over your lids. And today I'm doing more of a matte smoky eye. I'm hoping to go a little lighter on the lid, but then darker on the lower lash line. I've never done that before, so I'm a little scared, but I think it will look good. Like that. So we're connecting the bottom to a wing. Before I smoke out my eyes even more, I'm going to do my brows, and on special days I always do powder first. So I'll just take like a medium brown shade, fill it in with powder, and then go in with the pencil. So still keeping it super light and natural, and I get even more careful when it gets to the front. I will literally draw in little strokes. Actually, I don't do this often, but I'm going to use my concealer and then put it like right underneath my brows to really sharpen it up. We're going to add powder blush on top. This is Humor Me from MAC. A little front on my cheekbones as well, and then a little bit on my nose. Flatter shadow brush. Do pretty much the same thing we did with the cream contour, and then blend it with a blending brush. I like to carry this down just a little bit. And then using a smaller like blush brush, I like to take the highlight and put it right here, so it reflects some light underneath my eyes, under my brows, and then like right here. I know it's a random place, but it looks really good. And then now we're going to do our lashes. I'm not sure if I want to do individual lashes or these. I'm going to use these because I don't have a lot of time right now. I'm going to cut these in half and only use the end half. And I've talked about this before, but I always put my lashes underneath my real lashes. I'm going to put the glue on top of the lash band, wait for them to dry a little bit, and then put them under my eyes. Then I'm going to draw on a couple of lower lashes. Now for outfit, we have, oh my gosh, I love my outfit. We have this skirt from Mahe. And then we have a corset top from IMGA. And then I'm going to wear my gray blazer. Looks so blue, but here's my final makeup. This is the outfit. I have to do my hair still. I was leaving my room and I left my ID and I let the door close behind me, so I was locked out for a quick second there. I was freaking out because it's spring break and I wasn't sure if like RAs were on duty to help me out, but they were, and it was really quick. That was a lot for me to process, and my friend was like texting me like, don't freak out, stay calm, and I was like, I'm trying. Now we're going to head to my friend's apartment and then we're going to finish our looks together. Hi.
Hi.
Can you tell us a little bit about your makeup look today?
I'm wearing a green top, so I'm adding some green moment to my eyes. Like
we
right
love
here.
color.
A little pop. Don't know what I'm doing, but we're figuring it out.
Okay, and for my hair, I was thinking doing like beachy curls with the little braids throughout, or doing a sleek back bun with the front pieces out. And we're gonna go with the bun because apparently Haley thinks it looks much better than the other one. So
I think it's gonna be good.
I'm gonna try. I don't know how I'm gonna drive because like the hair I'm gonna be driving like this. I'm gonna put on this body shimmer. I've never used it before. Got it for this event. Crazy. I did not expect that, but okay. I'm gonna go for it. Like collarbone.
That's so cute.
I think it will look really good on pictures. I am back in my room. It is currently like 12:30 and I'm extremely tired because I've just been running around doing things since this morning, but I'm about to take a shower, like get the gel out of my hair, take my makeup off, shower, feel clean and refreshed, and then I need to clean up my room because I was so busy getting ready that it's such a mess in here. And then I'm going to finish up packing. And I'm pretty good at waking up to alarms. Like I don't really worry about like what if I don't wake up in time for my flight. So I think I'm probably going to sleep for like 2 hours and then wake up and drive to LAX for spring break, baby!